Hey guys, welcome back to Technically Designed Home. So today I was not planning on filming, but I came across these, and this is something that I've been looking for quite a while now. I have a pretty organized pantry, but I wanted to upgrade it with some airtight storage containers for things like raisins, granola, and upgrade my sugar and flour containers in the back, which are currently too small to fit my measuring cups into. And I came across these. So these are from Better Home and Gardens. And they are flip tile, they call them, where you can put it on the top and then it's airtight. And I got a couple different packs to get a variety of different sizes. And before I threw them in the dishwasher, because they are dishwasher safe, I wanted to quick show you what they look like in their packaging in case you're looking for them on the shelves. So I got the 4-pack, which was about $25, I think. Got my receipt right here. Yes, 25. And then the pack of 3 was 15, and the standalone was around $8. So it was about buy 3 get 1 free for this pack of 4, and I saved a couple dollars by buying the pack of 3 as opposed to buying them separately, which you can do that as well. So I'm gonna throw these in the dishwasher, and then I'll come back and show you what my pantry looks like right now, as well as me filling these up and putting them in my pantry again. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's what my pantry looks like right now. I'm really not that embarrassed by how it looks. I think it's pretty organized for what I'm working with. I had to kind of work with putting the heaviest items on the bottom here, like drinks, and I tried to hide the extra big boxes of cereal and stuff at the top. I have a few organizers like this green bin here, which are from the dollar store. I have some of these other bins which are stackable. I have them on the other side. I have some cereal containers from the dollar store as well, and I highly recommend these like under shelf organizers I used to have in my cabinets in my kitchen, but I've moved to the pantry now. And looking at the other side, I've started to get some containers, but these are not big enough actually to fit all of the material from the grocery store packaging. I really don't want to mess with my chips. I don't really mind them being just out in bags. Like I said, the drinks are at the bottom, and I have some boxes of extra materials on the top. So let's take some of this out and start reorganizing. All right, 1 dishwasher cycle later and a couple of hand washing. There's a couple things I want to talk about from my experience so far. So the first of which is that you can dishwash the containers, but the lids need to be hand washed. And another thing to note when you're sizing these, there are 2 different sizes. So it's labeled on the sets. The set of 4 is what they're calling size A, which is the larger lids, and the pack of 3 is for smaller ones, which they're calling size B. So this is good to know when you're thinking about stacking them. They are stackable, which works great, but you have to stack them by lid size. So something to keep in mind when you're picking out your bins. So I've kind of grabbed out of the cupboard the things that I want to put into these bins, and I do have some containers right now that I currently have my flour and sugar in. And I'm gonna take these out and put them into the new containers and then wash out these containers and put other items in it. So without further ado, speed montage filling these containers. Ta-da! 3 drying towels and a lot of spills later, filled them up. So I highly recommend to keep your vacuum handy, because if you're anything like me, pouring things like flour and sugar make for a mess. Another thing to note, the container I tried to put my sugar and flour in is rated for 16 cups. But as I read online and noticed here when pouring, a typical 5-pound bag of flour that you buy is approximately 17 cups of flour. So you're gonna have about a cup left over. But I guess that just means I need to bake some cookies tonight. So I'm really happy with how these filled up and are sealing so far. So I'm gonna put them back in my pantry, show you what that looks like, and then I can update you in the description box below in a future video, or after a few weeks, with my final thoughts on these containers. So far, I think they're great for the price. I have been desperately searching. I've been everywhere from Bed Bath & Beyond. I even went to the Container Store ready to spend all that money on containers from there. And really, these are just as good looking and half the price or less than some of the similar containers at the Container Store. A thing to note, some of these silver containers that I have from previously purchased, they're Anchor brand. I think that over the years they didn't seal very well, so things like my brown sugar completely solidified. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking for containers and you like the stainless steel look. I'm not a huge fan of these, so I put things like my breadcrumbs in here that aren't as sensitive to air, so I can continue to use the containers, but the brown sugar will hopefully stay soft. A trick for you, if you do find that your brown sugar hardened in a container, submerge the container while sealed in warm to hot water, whatever the container can handle, and that'll soften up the sugar inside the container, and then you can scrape it out easier instead of having to hacksaw trying to get it out. And that's what I did to empty out my container I had it in previously. So let's put it back in the cupboard and I'll show you what that looks like. So here we have the sugar and flour in the corner. This is where I keep all my baking supplies, next to my oven. Here is the rest of the pantry. As you can see, I've got the breadcrumbs in the silver containers here, and I've got my chocolate chips and sprinkles up here. No changes to the top shelf right now. And on the other side, we have my granolas and raisins here and the animal crackers on the bottom. And so far, I cannot tell you how happy I am with how this turned out. So I think what I want to get next is another large one that I can put the pretzels in here. And then I want to get some upgraded cereal containers. I saw some while I was at Walmart earlier that allow you to pour from the containers. And the exciting thing is I now have all this empty space. Now, I'm not gonna fill it. I will be good, but it's awesome to see that I have extra room for storing things if I need to. So I'm realizing I haven't talked a lot about how I have my pantry organized, so I'll give you a quick layout. As I said before, I have all my extra supplies on the top shelf, and all my drinks are down here on the bottom because they're the heaviest. I like to keep my snacks and things that I need on a regular basis at eye level, as well as my baking supplies, and everything's kind of categorized together by baking, by snacking, by cereals, all in one spot, and I really like it organized that way. So far, I love these storage containers and I highly recommend. If I find them online, I'll leave a link down below. And like I mentioned previously, I'll update the description box in a few weeks to let you know how everything's going. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go bake some cookies. So I hope you like this video if you enjoy organization content like this. And don't forget to subscribe below and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload, which should be next Friday. And until then, I hope to see you next week. Have a good one, guys.